jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son, actions over words, baby boy, is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come back sports, talking way too much, world come back sports, talking way too much, world come back sports.
WCS back on deck once again. Big salute to the supporters that's in the building, man. Andrew Charles the first on deck. What it do, Andrew? WCS salute to you, brother. Big blunts and boxing on deck. What it do? What's good? Yo, what's the deal? Round two. Yeah. Jay Miguel, salute to you on deck, man. So big shout out to everybody. I want to give a little bit more time for people to get up in here, before I really get on the main topic of, Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia. Just wanted to give a big shout out to those who subscribe to the channel. Continue to support the channel by all means necessary within your means, within your freaking genuine consensus, and it is much appreciated. You feel me? So, let's talk about some miscellaneous topics before I get to Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia. I don't know if you heard, but Joseph Adorno is fighting Elvis Rodriguez. Joseph Adorno, 17-1, 2 draws, 14 knockouts. He's fighting Elvis Rodriguez. Now, at one point in time, Elvis Rodriguez was touted just like Michelle Rivera. You know what I'm saying? Like this was the dude until he ended up fighting Michelle Rivera. So these two are scheduled to fight. They have a fight coming up, which is pretty decent in my opinion, because Elvis Rodriguez, he is he was derailed by Kenneth Sims Jr. They fought an amazing boxing technical fight that day and won a majority decision versus Elvis Rodriguez. He's somewhat, he didn't go into seclusion, but they started moving him a little bit different. And I believe he changed promotions. They let him go. You know what I'm saying? Where he was at. So he's now stepping in here. Elvis Rodriguez stepping in here with Joseph Adorno. I like the matchup. Adorno is no chump. Got respect for him, man. Chopped it up with him on a couple occasions at the fights. Good guy. He just didn't have enough to outbox Michelle Rivera like Frank Martin did. I give Frank Martin his credit. He came in here and did what he had to do. He boxed. He let his hands do the talking. He landed some very effective punches on Rivera. He kept Rivera out of his rhythm. And he just simply outworked Rivera. But let's go back to the point where Adorno lost that 10-round fight. Now, the crazy part about boxing is that Adorno ended up fighting 3 times in 4 months, y'all. I try to tell you the hocus pocus of boxing, man. You just got to take advantage of the magic. Adorno, after that loss, He fought. He fought less than 2 months later, y'all. He fought in Orlando, Juan Santiago. And then after he beat Juan Santiago with a one-round knockout, he fought again in Orlando. You know what I'm saying? Just a little over 2 months in July 2022. That would be his fourth fight in 2022, right? He went in there against Roberto Murillo, knocked him out in the second round. Then he went right back in there, man. Less than 2 months. That was July 23rd, 2022. He went back in there September 9th, 2022, and fought Hugo Roldan and went the distance in 10-round fight. Now he's about to step in there with Elvis Rodriguez. 3 fights, 4 months, y'all. 3 fights, 4 months. The shit in boxing is amazing. They continue to show and prove. Real talk. He fought 3 fights in 4 months. We wasn't really talking about, no long fight camp, and I don't want to do this. This man took a L, his first L, and he fought 3 fights in 4 months. It's just crazy. That's wild, bro. So let's get to the Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia situation, because this is turned into like an atmosphere in boxing where you don't know what type of weather you're dealing with. I'm being honest. You don't know if you're dealing with the weather when you're in the arena and you in the company of real boxing fans, you know what I'm saying, that really follow the sport, that take it serious, you know what I'm saying? Or you in the type of weather where it's fair weather boxing fans, where they just dare to see a fight. They really don't stay close to the fighters. They don't care about any of that. They just dare. They got the best gear on. They don't want to pick something up, put it on credit, and they just dare. So some of the conversations I've been having with certain individuals, certain groups, is about Ryan Garcia. Does Ryan Garcia rate, R-A-T-E, rate, to be in the same conversation? I'm asking you all this in the chat. Does Ryan Garcia rate, based off what my resume said about resume accountability? Does Ryan Garcia, not IG followers, resume accountability, does he rate to be in the conversation with Gervonta Davis? Can y'all give me an honest answer, please? Can y'all please just, like Eddie Hearn said, can you please articulate an answer and just press enter and put it in the chat, please? I would truly appreciate it. I would truly appreciate it. Do you believe that Ryan Garcia rates to be in the same conversation as a Gervonta Davis? This is just a question, people. It's your opinionated answer that I'm looking for. That's all I'm trying to gather from you all. Help me understand. I give you a little bit of time. Those of you shout out to Michael Johnson Boxing Talking More. What's good on deck? Deshaun, what's good? So Deshaun straight up says no. N-O. Hell no. Michael Johnson said no. Big Blunt said no. Big Blunt says struggle with Tygo. Jay McGill says yes. Okay. So Miguel, strictly off his boxing accountability, what checks the box for you, brother? What checks the box for you? Just leave it in the comment section. I'm just trying to caveat to some of the input that you all are putting in the chat. So let's talk about Ryan Garcia's resume. Based off the resume, y'all, the resume is very important. Based off the resume, Cause look, I'm trying not to goddamn start this fire up, right? I'm trying not to start the fire up on how we always talking about resume comparisons. This person don't belong in the picture. That person don't belong in the picture. But all of a sudden, Ryan Garcia is picking up traction. Ryan Garcia is picking up traction, bro. Like people are touting this dude as the one that can derail Baltimore zone, Mr. El Chin Checker, that savage, that lightweight monster, Gervonta Davis. They're giving him mad. I mean, it's picking up like you won't believe. People are just walking by like he has a freaking memorial set up. Not even a memorial. It's just a point to recognize a special day, just like they gave the Ryan Garcia Day. People just stopping by and putting flowers on that motherfucker. They're putting flowers, candles. They're starting to build up the Ryan Garcia parade, y'all. Let's take a look at something right quick. And Miguel, if you could, if you haven't already did, I get back around to what you put in the chat. Appreciate you. So let's just take a quick sneak peek at Ryan Garcia's resume, because this is what I'm hearing. Okay, so they want to look at Gervonta Davis, right? And they'll say some shit like, he ain't fought nobody. He haven't fought nobody. I understand it's easy to say in while you're in motion, because we hear it a lot on this YouTube shit. They ain't fought nobody. They ain't fought nobody. They ain't fought nobody. I understand. It's easy to say this shit in motion, bro. We hear it all the time. Gervonta Davis ain't fought nobody. Floyd Mayweather was moving him carefully and strategically. He ain't fought nobody. But Gervonta is a three-weight world champion, bro. He's 28 victories and 0 defeats, 26 knockouts. So we're going to get to Ryan Garcia right now. All right? Let's get to Ryan Garcia right now. So Ryan Garcia has 23 victories, 19 knockouts. Of course, he's undefeated. All right? That's a no-brainer. I just want to take a little stroll down to try to find some criteria for those individuals saying, yes, he rates, to be in the same conversation as Gervonta Davis, because strictly I'm only trying to find criteria. I'm not trying to find criteria to make this a full-blown debate, because we have such a long time left for this fight to even materialize, okay? All I want to do is basically present certain type of criteria that's sourceable for any search engine, starting with BoxRec. All right. So let's stroll down here. And let's just start with, let's go all the way to the beginning where he started in 2016. Okay. So he had 4 fights in Mexico. And then he came over to the US. And he had his first fight right here against Jonathan Cruz, who was 2-2. And then Mark Aguirre, 2-4. Okay. Then he went to Inglewood. Yay. Miguel Carrazosa, Las Vegas, 10-2, 14-5. This guy right here, he went to Canada for that. Oh, He went to New York over here. Fought Braulio Rodriguez, Madison Square Garden, New York. You know, really some very unique matchups to fantasize about. I mean, absolutely phenomenal body work. And this is right here in 2019. All right, 2019, March 30, 2019 for Jose Lopez. 20-3, second round, got him up out of there. This is where it started getting a little bit interesting, because I remember people was hyping up Romero Dano, 21-1, and Ryan Garcia went in there at the MGM Grand Las Vegas, and he earned the first round knockout. Right here, Romero Dano. Then he moved up for another first round knockout. That's when people really started tuning in to Ryan Garcia. Francisco Fonseca, 25-2-2, another first round knockout. Right? That was for the WBC silver lightweight title. All right. Now, most of these fights, you know, he really didn't do anything at 130. He moved up to 135 when he fought Carlos Morales. And then he's been at 135 until he fought Javier Fortuna, Emmanuel Targo, those two fights. But Francisco Fonseca was the second fight of him coming off the Romero Dano fight, earning 2 first-round stoppages. That's when people really start to zoom in and saying, you know, this guy is a little bit special. So that was February 14th, 2020. So he took almost a year off to come back into 2021 because we had the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? He fought Francisco Fonseca pre-pandemic, came back the next year, January 2021, fought one time in 2020, right? Came back in 2021 and fought Luke Campbell. All right. Luke Campbell was 20-3. We all know who Luke Campbell had lost to. Let's click on old Luke Campbell. You know what I'm saying? Let's click on old Luke Campbell. Southpaw Luke Campbell. That's where all the praise is coming in at. You know, because now I'm seeing people make thumbnails talking about Ryan Garcia's the Southpaw killer. I hope he wasn't talking about this guy. I hope he wasn't talking about this guy. So we all know that Luke Campbell, the Olympian Luke Campbell, lost for the first time against Jorge Linares via split decision. So he fought, made his way up to Vasil Lomachenko, and had a very competitive fight, in my opinion, even getting up, you know what I'm saying, from 11-round knockdown. And then knockdown was not the same way that we seen Ryan Garcia get knocked down by unanimous decision. But his knockdown on Luke Campbell was not the same knockdown we saw of Ryan Garcia. All right. Then Ryan Garcia goes in there with Luke Campbell, split the ropes. Garcia down in round 2. The second round now, I want you to pay very close attention to Luke Campbell knocking down Garcia in round 2. Now, why are these fight fans getting so upset? Why are you getting so upset when this is mentioned? This was February 2021. Wasn't that long ago. But people up here acting like you're not supposed to mention the shit. Like Ryan Garcia was down in round 2. Isn't that the same round he's saying he's going to knock Gervonta Davis out in? This is becoming somewhat of a comedic type of lead up, a free promo to say as much dumb shit as possible to get attention. Just like he did on the Mike Tyson podcast, Hot Boxing. People just forget about how he looked on there and what he was saying and how he was acting all goofy. Look, people, this wasn't so long ago. Listen, this wasn't so long ago, man. Ryan, go you how that look. All right. Let me remind you how that look. Man, my apologies. This backup is really showing why it comes off the motherfucking bench. It haven't even been out the locker room in a minute, bro. God damn. Wonder why you was on backup. Living you learn from these purchases. Bear with me. Bear with me, please. Bear with me. Appreciate everyone that's in the building. I'm about to get to the comments in a quick second. That's how Ryan Garcia looked in the second round against Luke Campbell. That's how Ryan Garcia looked. Can you see the extension of the left leg elevated from the canvas? Can you see the heel of the right foot elevated? Are you taking a look at his right hand that is safely nestled behind his back, which makes it very uncomfortable in a sequence for him to post up and make it back to his feet? At this present time, he's using the left hand to attempt to base and get back to his feet after being hit with a slobber knocker. All right. So after Luke Campbell hit him with that slobber knocker and knocked him down, this man landed on his right shoulder. This was the second round, people. The same round that he said he's going to knock out and stop Gervonta Davis. I don't know why people sitting up here acting like it's illegal for me to mention this shit. Because this man was just in that position February 2021. You know how they always talking about fighters developing and everything? Okay. All right. Let's take a look at something. When they talk about fighter development, right? Let's go back to Ryan Garcia. Enough shine for Luke Campbell. He's on vacation somewhere. You know what I'm saying? He's living the life from the money he made off that fight. We talk about fighter development a lot. So when I brought up Romero Dano and Francisco Fonseca, we're going to give them a pass. But Luke Campbell is extremely essential to pay attention to because Garcia was down in round 2. Now, even though he took it well and he was very quirky in the post-fight conference, jippy, and he said, "Oh God, I couldn't believe I got knocked down." You know, he's all goofy and everything, like he's about to make a freaking cartoon series. But the fact that Luke Campbell caught this dude in the second round early, the fighter with all this speed, has Ryan Garcia fought anybody outside of Luke Campbell that could develop him to a better striker, to use his speed more effectively? So we go to Emmanuel Tago. Tago down in round 2, but Ryan Garcia couldn't finish him. So once again, I think Ryan Garcia is infatuated with round 2 for the wrong reasons. He was down in round 2, and he feel like he should try to expunge that moment because he was on his damn shoulder. Then he knocked down Tago in round 2, couldn't finish him. But Emmanuel Tago had one loss at the time. He really wasn't anybody that we was looking for. You know what I'm saying? He did enough to survive. I mean, it was a very insipid fight. Banal, very. And you go to Javier Fortuna, a guy who's somewhat established, 37-3 with experience with one draw. Fortuna down in round 4, 5, 6, whatever the case may be, came in there with a loaf of bread hanging out his bread basket, period. Has Ryan Garcia fought anybody outside his adversity to be considered a more developed fighter? Even with Joe Goosen? Like, have we seen a fighter that we can compare him to say, damn, that performance was on fucking point. He's ready for Tank. And my answer to that is absolutely hell no. To the now, hell to the now. We haven't seen that shit. But let me get to the damn chat. Let me get to the motherfucking chat. You know what I'm saying? We haven't seen that shit yet. So let me see what everybody's let me see if Miguel. Miguel, did you end up giving that reply? Shout out to Stickum Boys, Fishing and Sports on deck. What's up, fam? Salute to you, blunts. When Tank finds someone like Luke Campbell, okay, I was hoping that you came back with something not so much in the trash can department, but more so something that I can look at and say, you know what? I want to keep this around a little bit longer. I don't want to goddamn throw it in the shredder immediately. You know how you just take a glance at shit and then, I don't need that. That's advertisements right there. Nope, don't need that. Come on, Miguel. So you want to say Ryan Garcia? I mean, you want to say Gervonta Davis? You want to ask, has he fought somebody like Luke Campbell? And I want to ask you, what belt, what super title has Ryan Garcia won to put him in the picture? Just any super title, any one of them, just any one of them, bro. Just any one of his opposition. Who has he fought to just put him in the conversation to be ranting and raving about stepping in there with Gervonta Davis? Now, I'm no way, shape, or form trying to hate. I'm just trying to have a live discussion on trying to figure out where we at in boxing. Because truth be told, y'all, it seems like it's not even about resume accountability anymore for across the board. Let's go back up here to the top. Get to the rest of these chats. Shout out to Tony Boswell on deck. What's good? Say much respect at World Combat Sports. And did something happen? And the chat, stop there and show support and hit the like button. Shout out to you, Tony, in the building. Michael Johnson Boxing Talk says, Miguel, stop it. Hey, man, listen, Miguel, I didn't ask you, was he a diva? You know, if you're Puerto Rican, cool. This is not about any of that. All I asked you was, has he did anything for resume accountability to put him in the conversation with Gervonta Davis? That's all I'm asking, brother. That's all I'm asking. I didn't ask you to present a question to me. I was trying to present a Q&A, bro. That's it. You didn't provide that for me, so I have to move on. Luke was catching the Matrix with some clever shots early in that fight. Absolutely. He was doing his thing. He was boxing well. He's an Olympian. But you know, you want to know something else I heard, Andrew? I heard people speaking about Ryan's pedigree as an amateur. They talked about how he beat Devin Haney in the amateurs. How Ryan Garcia defeated Virgil Ortiz in the amateurs. They was ranting and raving about that, and that's good shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, real talk. That's salute to him for having those wins in the AMs. It's a lot of fighters up here that had credible wins. You know what I'm saying? They had credible wins against names that went on to be pretty good in the professional ranks. Almost to the point where that fighter who beat them in the AMs got left behind. It wasn't an equal race up the ladder. When you hear about these fighters who beat that fighter, Devin Haney has far exceeded Ryan Garcia in the professional ranks. Anybody and everybody know that. Virgil Ortiz is a much better fighter in the professional ranks and has a much better resume than Ryan Garcia in the professional ranks. That's fact. That's absolutely fact. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. I can't really go into Zerto right now. Zerto damn near survived. Kudos to Zerto. But this is about trying to trying to unlock the social media mystery on why they're trying to put social media over resume accountability. Nobody's on social media is fighting, but boxing is a business. But should we just say, okay, how popular a fighter is? And he should go in with a fighter that really nobody on his resume say he's earned that spot. But since he's popular and he has much more of a social media following, he deserves the spot. And people are presenting the idea that, yeah, he deserves this because he's been calling Tank out. I'm saying, God damn. I mean, it's plenty of fighters call people out. It seems like Shakur Stevenson called people out all the time. And people just, Shakur? Oh, he don't have no money on him. Two-weight champion. Better resume than Ryan Garcia. But all I'm trying to find out for Ryan, strictly off his accomplishments alone, what provides him the grade to be able to step in the ring with Gervonta Davis? And it seems like to me there's no resume accountability anymore, especially when you have a young, handsome, future Hollywood actor, goofy, you know what I'm saying? Goofy, have some type of, skills. Ron does have skills. He can box a little bit, but let me just say, for instance, let's just say it was another fighter that was getting all this hype that wasn't in the same mindset of Ryan Garcia. I mean, not mindset, wasn't in the same aesthetics. They wasn't provided the same aesthetics as Ryan Garcia. So what if they was to fight with their chin up to take that knockdown in the second round and to just do things all backwards? But let's just say they had 3 million IG followers. Should that be included in negotiations because their IG followers aren't to the number where they should be? And has anybody actually seen any type of paperwork that can validate that Ryan's 9 million followers are actual human beings and not bots? I don't know, but it's amazing that he's able to get away with this shit. But looking at this resume right here, bro, this shit sucks. Manuel Tago and Javier Fortuna, he's done nothing. He's done nothing. Real talk, Ryan Garcia's done nothing at all to be in the talks. But a lot of people pretty much remember him going on Mike Tyson podcast and capping. And I have to show you this again. I just wanted to get a little heat.
Tank, I'm going to say it in front of Mike and Jeremy. If you do not take this fight, your legacy is forever tainted. Nobody will ever remember your name. Nobody. The money's there. I know you love money, but money's there. If you don't take the fight next, your whole legacy forever is tainted if you don't take the next fight with me. Oh, my
God.
God damn, Tank. I ain't never heard no shit like this.
Ooh, he's capping, capping. He's capping, capping. Ooh, capping. Ooh, he's capping. Ooh.
Picture. You get the picture. So what happened with Ryan Garcia going on the podcast and telling the world that Tank legacy will forever be tainted if he don't take this fight? But Mr. Cap-a-lot, Ryan Garcia, pulled out of the fight. And people going around here talking about, he's been calling out Tank. This man was sitting on there saying Tank is going to need a damn stepping stool, and he's short, he ugly, Y'all don't remember? Y'all don't remember, the shit that was going on that podcast? How Ryan Garcia was just talking mad shit about Tank? He said, your legacy will be forever tainted if you don't take this fight. And Mike Tyson said, God damn, God. Well, I'm saying goddamn right now. What happened to the damn reprimand for you, Shawty? You didn't take the fight. You pulled out of the fight, bro. Oh, I know what they're going to say. Hey, it had to marinate. Floyd Mayweather, Manny. This is it. It had to marinate. Man, don't nobody want to hear that shit. What happened when you pulled out of that motherfucking fight? Don't nobody supposed to hold you accountable for that shit? Don't nobody supposed to hold him accountable? Let's go to something else too. Shout out to Bruce Gas, Boxer Jazz, and more. Salute to you. Let's go up here right quick. So, hold on for a second. Bring this up because I'm trying to understand where we at in this era of boxing. I'm trying to understand where we at as boxing enthusiasts, boxing fanatics, boxing astutes. When you get a fighter like Ryan Garcia, who has 23-0, 19 knockouts, and he has every right to post this on his IG, but he has 723 posts. That's it. That's it. And 9 million followers. So let's go down to where he's at. Like, what we looking at right here? What are we looking at? No, you're not putting a knockdown on there. I mean, he has some model pictures. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely gonna be in Hollywood later. I don't blame him for taking his pictures with the way he's doing. Dressing up his IG. I don't mind that. But where is the photos to get us hyped up about you stepping in there with Gervonta Davis? Because people are making their own accusations about how big Ryan looks now. I'm not going to say he's on the juice. I'm not going to say that, bro. I'm not going to do the young fella like that. But all I'm trying to say is you have 9 million followers, right? That's not going to fight for you inside the ring. But truth be told, right? Boxing is basically embracing the 9 million followers, and they don't even know. They can't tell you who 6 million of the followers are, but they are embracing the 9 million followers, people, without Ryan Garcia having any numbers to substantiate that those 9 million followers are loyal supporters of his and will pay to see him fight because he's been there already. Where were they? Did they come and see that massive pay-per-view when he stepped in there with that beast, Javier Fortuna? What about Emmanuel Tago? Was his 9 million followers there to step in there with that goddamn monster? Emmanuel Tago went the distance. What numbers did they do? Didn't they do like 600, 700,000 K pay-per-view buys? 700, 800 K pay-per-view buys for Emmanuel Tago? I mean, where do we source the information, the certs? Where do we source these damn documents so we can start having legitimate quality discussions moving forward towards this fight? Where can I get the documentation? That's all I'm freaking asking, bro. I'm not hating on Ryan, but when you go on somebody's podcast, when you finish a fight and you say you want Gervonta Davis, and then you go on a podcast in a freaking white shirt, black bow tie, slacks, and a black blazer, really a bar mitzvah freaking tuxedo, and you're up here talking about Tank, your legacy will forever be tainted, and you're the one that pulled out the fight. How is the boxing fans this clueless right now? Like, are y'all going through an Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford detox to the point where you just take anything? Just give me an ibuprofen, give me an aspirin. I know I ain't gonna get no hit off of it. Just give me anything, man. Give me an Aleve. I just want some type of buzz off this motherfucking dog. I mean, what are y'all looking for? He has absolutely nothing to constitute us bigging him up. And yet you have the same people that was blasting Crawford, blasting him for all the shit he's contributed to the sport. And then they go up here and act like Ryan Garcia. No, Ryan Garcia, his hair is different than Crawford's. His complexion, his just overall stature. It's just totally different than Crawford's. The way he carries himself. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's came a long ways from the mental health situation. I mean, give him a break. He's young. Man, come on, bro. Come on. This dude went on hot boxing and he was talking mad shit. Ever since he went on hot boxing, it hasn't been too much to change with his career. So I was just asking those astute, intelligent boxing fanatics in the chat, how do we, at this point in time, how do we find documentation? How do we find and source criteria to basically validate the 9 million followers, for that to bleed over into Gervonta and Ryan Garcia doing this incredible freaking mega fight in April? I'm all for the fight. I'm all for the fight because I do feel like Ryan Garcia is going to get his wish. He's talking about a knockout in round 2. He's going to get his wish. But he's going to be the one staring up into the lights in the upper room singing, "Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain." Yeah, that's gonna be Ryan Garcia, bro. He's gonna get his wish in round 2. But I'm looking at this shit, right? I guess my point for bringing this shit up, right, with the 9 million followers, of course, I have to go to Gervonta Davis. I have to go over to his shit. So let's go over to Gervonta Davis, right? Let's go to Tank's freaking IG. All right. Because of course, if we want to talk about boxing content, we want to talk about someone who's been around the block when it comes to boxing, who stood at the highest pinnacle of championship, notoriety. That'll be Gervonta Davis. Ryan Garcia has not been there yet. Gervonta Davis has 23 posts on his IG with 4.1 million followers. Remember, Ryan has 700 plus posts with 9 million followers. Gervonta has 23 posts. And you probably saying to yourself, why WCS all on IG? Because this is what these dudes are talking about. I'm in all these conversations and I'm listening, I'm reading, and people's like talking about his IG, bro. They're not talking about his damn box rec. They don't have no resume accountability, bro. They're talking about IG, Instagram, bro. Look, Gervonta has 4.1 million followers. Gervonta says athlete. That's savage, dog. Gervonta has athlete on his IG. Dude, he doesn't even have his box rec up, this motherfucker. Gervonta don't even have his box record on his IG, man. He doesn't even have his boxing record on IG. He has his Twitter. He said, I don't have Snapchat. Dude. See, that's a difference in maturity, bro. That's a difference all around. This man has 4.1 million, almost half of what Ryan has, but he has absolutely earned his place as a 3-weight champion, period. He's earned that shit, man. Ain't no question. He's not up here displaying what people already know. Gervonta's probably like, hey, if you follow the sport, you know who the fuck I am. If you don't know who the fuck I am, look me up, Google, whatever you got to do. I'm out there. I'm out there. That's all you got to do. I'm out here. I'm out chill. You know what I'm saying? Just ask some people. Cruz did give Tank a fight That's a great fight to watch. So we're not saying the Cruz didn't give Tank a boxing match. We're not saying that. He definitely went 12 rounds. Shout out to Isaac Cruz. In the US would be Isaac. You know what I'm saying? But let's go take care of this right quick so we can clear some things up about Ryan Garcia. All right. When you hear the name Ryan Garcia comparable to this fight, they always talk about IG. And no matter what Tank has done up to this point, these motherfuckers continue to act like he ain't did shit. But yet they can't find a single nugget on Ryan Garcia's resume to say, hey, compare this right here. You know how before, Terrence Crawford fought Sean Porter and Kell Brook? They say, well, everybody on Crawford's resume, Errol Spence can be there. Everybody on Crawford's resume. But funny how shit switches up based off extreme biasness. And then people that's not really giving a damn about this fight. They call themselves boxing heads. They sit up here and sabotage a fight that's worthy of the attention of Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence. But this fight right here, Gervonta Davis, shout out to Mr. L. Chin Checker, anointed by the one and only WCS. I provided him that name. You know what I'm saying? Go back and check the replay post-fight conference. But shout out to B Moore's own, you know what I'm saying? Calvin Ford and Kenny Ellis, all them casters over there. Hey, but check this out, though. Check this out. Gervonta Davis, right? Back in 2017, I don't know what the fuck is going on with this PC, man. I swear to God, I'm about to slap the taste out your goddamn screenshot, goddamn it. So Gervonta Davis stepped in there in 2017, January 2017. He stopped Pedraza in round 7. We all seen it. Was it the right or left hand? Y'all tell me. So Pedraza went down in round 7, right? What it says on BoxRec, because we talking about resume accountability. The IBF World from 30, right? He's going in there against Liam Wash. He KOs that dude in 3rd round. Still holds down the title. This is when people start, jumping on Tank Davis. He misses weight on the scales with Francisco Fonseca. Stripped of his title after missing weight. Title on the line for Fonseca, which we knew that was a tall task. And Gervonta stops him in round 8. All right. Jesus Cellular stops that man in round 3. You know what I'm saying? And we're talking about the WBA Super. And that was at 130. All right. That was at 130. The WBA Super. That was at 130. Goes in there against Hugo Ruiz. You know what I'm saying? Goes in there in Baltimore at the Royal Farms Arena. And this card was very special to me. I was there. But it was very special to me because this was the last fight that Gervonta was going to have at 130. And he was the champion, defending his title against Ricardo Nunez. This was the last fight he was having at 130 before he moved up. So it was a special fight for me to go there because I just never seen him fight in his hometown, first of all. And Baltimore is my old stomping ground. So I wanted to go up there. So I drove up there from Atlanta all the way up there and saw him destroy Ricardo Nunez in 2 rounds. Also, his next opponent is Yorkis Gamboa. He was on the undercard. And I gotten word that Gamboa was definitely going to be his next opponent, moving up to 135 for his first fight. And it ended up being down here in the ATL. So that was his last fight at 130. prior to moving up to 135, where he stopped Gamboa in the 12th round. And that was at State Farm Arena in the ATL. Gamboa down in round 2, 8, and 12. Salute to Gervonta Davis' hunting ability. The dude is a savage. He's a predator. Once he hunts, he kept on Gamboa. He stayed persistent. Hey, man, even pushing through some cardio issues, he still got that shit done, sealed, delivered. So Gervonta, look, Gervonta moves up from a division of junior lightweight and goes up to 135. And that's after he had weight issues in 2017. In 2017 with Francisco Fonseca, he had weight issues. So he goes up here. He stops Yoki Gamboa at 135. And then what he does, he goes right back from earning a title, a vacant title, the WBA World Vacant title at lightweight. He drops back down to 130, a division that he has lost weight, and fight multi-division champion Leo Santa Cruz in San Antonio in October 2020. So you're talking about Pedraza? You're talking about defending that belt. You're talking about moving up, right? Moving up, facing Gamboa for a vacant belt, moving back down to a division that you lost the belt on the scales, right? You're a multi-division world champion right now, right? So you're at a point right now saying, okay, why would I go back down to a division and fight Leo Santa Cruz? Hey, people need to brag about how strategic that was. You know what I'm saying? They act like Gervonta just picked up WBA regular titles all the time. You know what I'm saying? Just because he fought at 135 and 140. But you're negating the fact of the titles that he picked up at 130. You're negating those titles. So he knocks out Leo Santa Cruz in the 6th round. And check how unique this shit is. How unique it is. He moves up, fight Gamboa for the vacant in 135, gets it done, drops back down, title shot with Leo Santa Cruz, right? Then we're talking about him fighting only once in 2020, and that was the post-pandemic. He goes in 2021 and fight Mario Barrios 140, which nobody really seen that coming. Nobody seen that coming with him moving up to 140. No one really seen that coming. So he goes up there, stop Barrios in the 11th round. A taller, tough Aztec warrior. His heart out. Barrios was down in round 8 and round 11. All right. What Tank do? Tank drops back down to Cruz. At this point in time, Isaac Cruz he has the momentum. He goes in there and absolutely destroys Diego Magdalena. I mean, dude has the momentum. He has some hype behind him. He's 22-1-1. Tank is at 140, which is high class. Because you know, Tank has a lot of water weight. Okay? A lot of water weight. You're talking about a dude who went 130, 35, you know what I'm saying? Back down to 30. He just did what the fuck he wanted to do, dog. Then he moved up to 40, fight Mario Barrios, drops back down there, went the distance with Isaac Cruz. I'm doing all this comparison to Ryan Garcia. His shit is absent. Ryan Garcia does not have a slew of names like this: Gamboa, Cruz, Barrios. Then he goes in there and fights Isaac Cruz, which people was like, damn, oh boy, is a bona fide killer in there. He fight like I said he fights like a debt collector. So he goes in there at 135, beats Isaac Cruz, goes in there for a fight from a fighter that's doing the same thing as Ryan Garcia. All right. Check this out. This is where the hypocrisy will come into play. Rolando Romero did not have anything on his resume besides a Jackson Mariñez in Connecticut, which they gifted this man a win. They allowed him to face Gervonta Davis. I even said this on my live. I say, man, Rolando Romero, he ain't did shit to step in the ring with Gervonta. But boxing is a business. So they saying, hey, let's keep it on the in-house and let's do what it do. All right, I got it. Plus, Rolando was talking himself into a fight. He talked himself into a fight. Exactly what Ryan Garcia is doing. Rolando Romero don't have no damn 9 million followers. He ain't did shit special. He ain't did nothing special to step in there with Tank. But Tank got him up out of there in the 6th round. Then, look, we're talking about a big, I say Rolly was probably like 154 on fight night. Dude was big as hell. He goes in there and stopped that dude after coming off the decision with Isaac Cruz. He goes in there and you just seen what happened with him and Hector Luis Garcia. My whole point is people looking at this fight with Ryan Garcia is that not so much the resume accountability. They're not really giving a damn about the resume accountability because they always going to bring Rolando Romero's name up there. If you look at Isaac Cruz and you look at Hector Garcia, you'll say, yeah, I can see where they got them from. But no one's really looking for Isaac Cruz like that. No one was looking for Hector Luis Garcia either. All they knew him from was fighting Chris Colbert and beating him. But no one has resume accountability. It don't even matter. You know what they keep talking about with Ryan Garcia? His IG followers, how he looks, how many fans he got. That's it. It's nothing else, bro. And people need to understand, you're busy up here talking about who don't have this and that on their resume, right? But I don't hear you same individuals vocalizing that Ryan Garcia don't have that on his resume to step in there with Gervonta Davis. Just like y'all let that shit fly with Rolly Romero. Y'all didn't hold him accountable for not having shit on his resume. Y'all just say, oh man, this is gonna be fun. Rolly Romero, he does have a, yeah, he can do it. He does have a puncher's chance. See, they play this game when it comes to two black fighters. No, they want to be as strict and firm and disrespectful as possible. When it comes to a black and Hispanic, they want to sit up here and say, well, you know what? He deserves it. Good guy. I like him. He's a fun-loving guy. He went through mental illness. He got through it. He make all those little videos and everything. It's just funny. You know, my kids love it. They just come up with all this shit, and they don't have nothing to do with his resume. But let it be Crawford with anybody. Crawford against the world. Man, he ain't fought nobody. He ain't did nothing to get that shot. Errol has did everything in life as you would want your boxer to emulate. If you was training a boxer, you want him to be like Errol Spence. I swear to God, it's no resume accountability across the board, bro. Unless your name is Crawford Spence. That's the only conversation I have when people want to always talk about resumes. But yet they're bigging up a fight. So look, they trying to big up this fight so much with Ryan Garcia, bro. And I'm looking forward to it myself. I ain't gonna lie. I'm looking forward to the fight. I hope they make as much money as they possibly can. Y'all don't want to know what they're making. Do y'all want to know what I heard they're making? So then Mario Barrios, he made around 3 mil or something like that. I don't really get into numbers like that. 2022 was the most I ever talked about numbers because it was just brung up so much in the debate, like it had something to do with a left and right. And, you know, it was just brought up so much like it had something to do with a left and right. You know what I'm saying? But truth be told, right? The reason why I'm about to drop a little gem on you, right? The reason why Ryan Garcia outside of resume accountability is getting so much hype behind him because he's with Oscar De La Hoya. That's a huge push point. All right. Ryan Garcia is with Oscar De La Hoya. Y'all following? Y'all tracking? Y'all tracking? Ryan Garcia is with Oscar De La Hoya, right? And so you really fall and peel back the orange. You know what I'm saying? The orange that fell off the apple tree. Then you'll know that Oscar De La Hoya, a legend himself, he has a lot more emphasis. He has a lot more Wall Street as Golden Boy to make this fight happen with Ryan Garcia. He's gonna bring in the numbers too. Golden Boy, Ryan being with Golden Boy is gonna bring in the numbers too. Because some people might look at the promotion and say, oh, we couldn't make Crawford Spence because Crawford didn't have no promotion and all that. Well, Ryan has a promoter, but it's slight of a history because Oscar took freaking Al Heyman to court back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Because they felt that man was, doing some things that violated certain areas in which people don't know that Al Heyman was brought in this motherfucker like he was doing work over there with Golden Boy. Oscar and him have a history. He didn't win the court case, but he showed enough sued him and took him to court. So you asking yourself, how could they do business together? Because it's money in it. It's money for both of them in this fight. It's a lot of freaking money, y'all. And Oscar De La Hoya is a big enough name for him to contribute to Tank stepping in the ring, and both of these guys get paid. Now, do you want to hear what I think they're going to get paid? I think hands down, both of these fighters minimal will be 8 figures. Minimal. This would absolutely be Ryan Garcia's biggest payday. Both of these fighters minimal is gonna get 8 figures. It's just how much of the 8 figures they're gonna get. They're gonna get 8 figures, no doubt about it. Lost All the Boxing. What's good? What's good? I can absolutely, if you listen to the scenario, I can absolutely compare Ryan to Rolly Romero. When I'm talking about resume, they haven't fought nobody. They haven't fought anybody that's comparable to them getting that invitation to step in the ring with Tank. The reason why I compared them was that Rolly Romero was able to go in there and get the slot with Tank because he's an in-house fighter. So it was easy to sacrifice Rolly Romero, and he got sacrificed pretty good. You know what I'm saying? That's the only place where I'm going with that. You can absolutely compare them because neither one of them fought anybody with any notoriety that we're going to talk about. His last 2 fights, Emmanuel Targot and Javier Fortuna. What are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about? Maybe Goosen can sharpen up Ryan, but he's clearly the underdog. He absolutely the underdog, Andrew. Absolutely. Y'all hold on for a second. Hold on for a second. Tank is obviously the far more developed fighter across the board. I think that's obvious, no doubt. Where's Loma, Haney, and T.O. coming? Listen, if you looked at the thumbnail, respectfully, like Sir Senior says, you know what I'm saying? If you looked at the thumbnail, I'm not trying to throw out a flagrant, you know what I'm saying, some flagrant shade, but just look at the thumbnail. Let me put the thumbnail back up there. All right. The thumbnail is speaking on two fighters who are potentially stepping into the ring later on this year. My whole point was not to make it a testy exchange, but to speak on resume accountability, because it does seem like it's absent from these boxing debates with certain fighters. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people want to talk about what Gervonta Davis hasn't did as a fighter, but he's done a whole hell of a lot. Not only won titles, but defended titles. They're going to say, that's why I called him out. He didn't defend Mario Barrios' title. And people going to be petty now. People going to be petty. I'm saying he's won titles and defended titles. If we're talking about Ryan Garcia, he's picked up IG followers and more IG followers. He did. But my whole point was, why is it like people just overlook resume accountability for a debate depending on what name it is? I think you should just kind of, okay, if you're transitioning from tradition over to innovation into the new age of boxing, then you should start factoring in the fighter's popularity too. You should give him a percentage of popularity along with who he's fought and tell people it really don't matter who he fought. That's the way boxing used to be. We moved on past that. Let's go to his social media account. You see his Twitter, you see his IG, see that right there, and bringing butts to the seats. That is definitely going to get him the championship fight he wants. Twitter, IG, definitely. And also he's on YouTube every now and then too. You know what I'm saying? He's doing pretty good numbers on YouTube. So that's going to get him where we need to be as far as a title contender. If you're going to move over into innovation and a new era, don't be strange about it. Don't act like the conversation only deals with certain fighters. Keep it consistent and active and stay on topic. Keep it for all the fighters. If you want to bring up the popularity and the social media and shit, don't try to be a hardcore boxing fan when it comes to fighters that you don't like. It can't just be specific to certain fighters. You know what I'm saying? You can't have good manners when you're speaking about somebody that you love and adore, and you believe they're quirky. And then on the other, you're talking nefarious. You know what I'm saying? Denigrating them every other word. Stick to resume accountability. Don't stick to it at all, bro. Because it just seems like in this day and time, resume don't matter. It don't matter. And then people say I'm contradicting myself. I'm speaking hypothetically. Resume still matters to me. Because people get on here and they'll drop you messages about, well, that's fucked up. You was just dogging out freaking Boots Ennis' resume. Listen, bro, you're right. I'll say the same thing for him, but I also say this. Boxing has a format to allow boxers to inflate their resumes. I say it all the time. So once again, if Floyd Mayweather is going to freaking rant and rave about too many titles, then I can rant and rave about resumes being the way they are. And also, we can talk about boxing having too many titles because that's the way it is. They want to pay sanctions all over the place. Boxing allows those titles to be active and present in the sport. Don't get mad at the fighter. Y'all can't get mad at Gervonta Davis because he picked up a damn 135 reg, as y'all call him, Reggie, and then went to 140. Boxing allowed him to do that. Just like it allowed Canelo Alvarez to move up and take that belt from Rocky Fielding. Yes. You thought I forgot? Blame boxing. Blame the individuals who run boxing. Blame Gilberto Mendoza. Blame the Mauricio Suleimans. Blame the individuals that allow this shit to happen with creating all these belts. The Freedom Belt, the Mayan Belt, the 7-Eleven Belt, the Walmart Belt. You know what I'm saying? The Neiman's Market Belt, the Best Gym of the Year Belt. Blame boxing for allowing that shit to play out the way it did. Period. Shout out to King Mitch on deck. My bad. He said Oscars, Mitch had them poor doctors slide that Batman. Man, why y'all hating on Oscar? Look at this. Check this out. If that man want to get some abdominal work done and open his shirt up and go on live like that shit is real, he has every right to do it. He ain't competing no more. So if he want to get some fake abdominals, man, more power to him. A lot of y'all gonna find that shit out. When you get older and you ain't able to do the shit you've been doing when you was in 20s and 30s, hey, you ain't gonna be having that same attitude, dog. Victor said, is Canelo and Ryan still friends? I think you forgot to mention that too. Don't have to. I don't have to mention Canelo Alvarez in the same conversation as Ryan Garcia. For what? What does he have to do with this? What does he have to do with it? When they asked Ryan Garcia who was he rooting for, who did he think was going to win between Canelo and Triple G, he said Triple G. Next. What has Canelo been on record as saying? He think Gervonta Davis is what? They on different sides of the fence. Why should I bring them up? Adrian say, okay, so you're saying give Tank respect because he fights fighters for his advantage. If Tank could go to the fight, if Tank could go to fight Barrios at 140, but made Ryan do a catch weight, belongs speed with the truth. I didn't understand the second half. If Tank could go to fight Barrios at 140, but made Tank do a catch weight. Let me process. Let me try to process what you're saying. I mean, y'all know y'all can edit y'all comments, right? Right, Adrian? You know you can edit your comments. Appreciate that, Tony. So he's saying, okay, you saying Tank, give Tank respect because he fights fighters for its advantage. So I look at it like this once again, right? Because always going to be naysayers. Tank is 27-0 and 26 knockouts, right? Ryan Garcia supposedly beat these big names in the amateurs. Tank's first professional fight was 2013, right? So I'm not giving him anything. Tank has been in the professional ranks. He earned what he's earned. All I'm saying is when it comes to Ryan Garcia, right? Ryan Garcia hasn't fought anybody with the credentials of a Tank Davis. We're talking about world champions with a belt, defending those belts. I mean, it's obvious, you know what I'm saying? He hasn't really matched up when it comes to the credentials with Tank Davis. I'm not giving him anything, bro. I'm not giving him anything. See, for y'all sit up here and say, well, he fight fighters for his advantage. Who knew they were advantage? Did you know they were an advantage? Did you know Leo Santa Cruz was a disadvantage to Tank Davis? Because a lot of people was giving Leo Santa Cruz, the multi-division champion, a chance to go ahead and beat Tank. Yes, sir. They was giving him the opportunity. They was giving him the advantage, the nod. He was gonna go in there and beat Tank. They were still praising Gamboa for being something, you know, still having a little bit left in the tank. Then he goes there and fight Mario Barrios, and all y'all do is complain about it because it's still active in your thought process because you're waiting for him to go back up there to 40, right? But truth be told, right, you want to mention dang Ryan Garcia moving up to 140. That's what you was crying about. You was crying about somebody who had a couple of fights at 140, and Tank making him fight at a catchweight at 136, right? Are you having that same vigor about other fighters that's professionals that have catchweights? Or just Tank? He's supposed to allow the B side. I mean, haven't we learned enough about the B side? When y'all was talking about Crawford don't have shit, Errol Spence, the A side, the A side, the A side. But yet, Ryan Garcia is the B side. They're not going to allow this man a red carpet. Y'all was bigging up how Al Heyman is doing all this, and he's not going to take care of any other fight except his own family. But yet you're sitting up here saying, well, why is he making Ryan Garcia come back down to a catchweight? Ask them. What's wrong with that? He only had 2 fights outside of 135. If he wants to fight, then stop putting on so much muscle and goddamn bring your ass back down to the catchweight. He's not the first person to fight a catchweight. Real talk. I think it's just you're bickering about things because you're favoring your fighter, but you think I'm favoring Tank. He has done a lot in his career. 28 years old, already 3 divisions. Why? You just want to swipe that away and sponge that from history? Y'all wasn't saying that when Canelo picked up his 4th division, right? Who did Canelo fight to pick up his 4th division? Rocky Fielding. Stopped him in the 3rd round with a body shot. Man, get out of here. Come on, bro. Come on, man. Tony said it looks good on paper. Well of it about them straps. It ain't real box of the legacy. Hey, what about them straps? That's all. What about them straps? If Errol Spence can get on here and say strap season all day, why ain't nobody saying strap anything with Ryan Garcia? And they feel like you just trying to fizzle and put out the flame that this fight can have. But yet we went through damn near half a year plus with individuals on here making videos, still making videos on one fighter. And he has straps. He's been undisputed. and they still won't give that man no credit. But with Ryan Garcia, hey man, you just hate, man. Let them fight, man. Let them fight. Let them fight, man. Let them do what they do. Let them get the bag. But shit, when it was Crawford, what was it? Oh, he should take whatever they give him, man. He the one don't have a promoter. He the B side. Arrow's the A side. They love Arrow's the A side and bright lights. You know what I'm saying? Arrow's the A side now. You can't change that shit. He the A side, dog. He did. I agree with you on that. I don't know if that you was the one who asked me, are they still friends? Bro, he left. He left Eddie Reynoso, man. He felt that he wasn't getting enough tension over there. And he probably felt he was undeveloped. Even though he's still undefeated, he probably felt like, man, I'm not getting the attention I need. So, of course, he said what he said when he left. And him and Canelo was kind of going back and forth. But this is not about him and Canelo. This is about Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia and how the boxing community is basically overlooking and fanning away resume accountability when it comes to Ryan Garcia. Because, you know, the truth of it is a lot of boxing deals with individuals that don't really pay attention to resumes unless it's a certain fighter. They pay attention to popularity. That's all they pay attention to, man. Hey, the veracity is in the thousands, bro. The veracity of that is in the thousands. They don't care about resume accountability no more. They don't care about it. They do not care about resume accountability. They can sit up here and say Deontay Wilder haven't fought nobody, but the man had 42 victories, 41 knockouts. He fought the heavyweights that was in his division. They still didn't want to give that man no credit for fighting Tyson Fury 3 times. But there hasn't been another heavyweight of this era outside Tyson Fury who's considered the best heavyweight to defeat that man. No resume accountability unless they want to finger point their specific fighter and talk about a resume. Seriously, that's the way it works, bro. IB on deck. What's good with it, IB? Shout out to Jamal Neasy on deck in the building. Salute WCS, salute chat. Talk that ish, talk that ish. No doubt, no doubt. Salute to you pulling up, brother. Fielding retired today. Salute to him. Well, we was talking about when Canelo retired his ass. Since people want to talk about WBA Reggies, when they want to talk about the Reggie, let's talk about the first belt that Canelo stepped up there and took to enter the division and become a 4-weight world champion. A three-weight world champion. A 3-weight world champion. And then he fought an old-ass Kovalov for a 4-weight. But this ain't about Canelo. Salute to Canelo. I always say he the cash cow. Hey, somebody else should be trying to do the same thing he's doing with getting his money. Only thing about Ryan Garcia, he's not going to be in boxing that long. He's not as talented to do what Canelo's doing, in my opinion. Like Canelo's only loss came to one of the greatest to ever do it. Hey, if Ryan Garcia wants to follow that same footprint and take this L, hey, kudos to him, dog. Kudos to Ryan Garcia having a bit more cojones than I thought he did. Mitch said Tank went up versus Barrios to capture one of those regular belts he likes so much. Queen Sombrero don't even possesses that. He don't even possesses a Reggie, bro. You know what I'm saying? So they make it seem so easy, like Gervonta ain't fighting nobody that's equal to greater than him. But it's not easy. Like, it's not easy fights. He wasn't just knocking these dudes out in the first round. He didn't even knock out Gamboa until the last fucking round, yo. He went into the 11th round with Barrios. He went the distance with Cruz, man. But all I'm saying is find somebody on Ryan Garcia's resume that provides equality when we have these boxing debates. Not the same bullshit that I'm hearing on all these other channels about the same Crawford Spence narratives. If Crawford would have signed the contract, if he would have signed the contract, we would have had to fight. You don't know that. You're just talking about it because it sounds good, bro. All y'all niggas, y'all just keep on saying the same shit. If Crawford would have signed the contract, then what does that say about a promotion? You actually think, once again, I will tell you, you think Al Haymon is not going to have a plan B? You think that dude is dumb as hell, huh? You're trying to believe that everything was derailed because they changed the date. After Crawford made it perfectly clear that he wanted to fight in 22, they changed the date and they was blindsided. We're talking about Al Haymon now. This man is super intelligent when it comes to this game. He has traveled those streets, bro. It ain't gonna be no one-shot deal. Oh man, it was blindsided. Stop the cap, man. That dude don't operate like that. Al Haymon don't operate like that, man. He's too smart. They just didn't have no one-shot deal with no freaking backup. They never had plans to freaking fight in 22. Why don't y'all just let that shit go, man? I still hear motherfuckers over there arguing with one another, having full-blown arguments, and the shit, the premise of the argument, well, Bud didn't sign the contract. Oh my God, stop that shit, dog. L-Dog say Ghost Martin beats them both. Who is that? Who is Ghost Martin? I know the last name sound familiar, but who is Ghost Martin? Because if you're thinking, I can't give him airplay right now. That's hilarious what you just said. I appreciate you for putting that in the chat, though. I appreciate for you putting that on the boulevard, bro. But come on, man. Let's be honest with ourselves first and foremost. Before you're honest with anybody else, be honest with yourselves when you're making that goddamn comment. Because there's a lot of people that's going to be bewildered. Just like I'm talking about Ryan Garcia not having the motherfucking accolades or the resume. What do you think I'm going to say about Ghost Martin? Well, what do you think my comments are going to be? What do you think my feedback is going to be about Ghost Martin? What do you think that's going to be? He went in there and defeated a Michelle Rivera. Is that the Ghost Martin you're talking about? That wasn't even established yet. He was in the grooming stages. You talking about Jackson Marinez that Rolly already got a gifted interim title? Oh my God, dog. Why the fuck would Tank go up to 140 to appease Goro de Princea? Hey man, you know why? Because they feel like that brother always has to accommodate, always has to appease, placate them niggas. No matter what his accomplishments. No, it's Ryan, man. He has Oscar. He's doing Hollywood. He's on a commercial with Damian Lillard. Gervonta don't have any commercials with any superstars or anything. Come on, man. Look at his IG. They don't care. They don't care, Mitch. They still feel that Tank being the A side, saying, hey, Ryan, if you want the fight, you're going to have to fight me at this weight right here. I'm giving you the fight, but you're going to have to fight me at this weight right here. He's giving him the fight. Unlike some people, he's giving this dude the fight. He has the willingness to give Ryan Garcia the fight. Unlike Mel Charlo, who just say no. Learn how to humble yourself, sit down, be quiet, take less money. And then let's not act like Gervonta Davis is not stepping up to the plate and accepting another challenge, man. He is. Hold on, let me get some for my sons. Man, my sinuses messed it up. Damn. But I get what you're saying, Mitch. I picked Frank Martin to be Prince's cap. Well, I was just more so putting him against Gervonta. I don't see him with Gervonta. But when you're talking about him going in there against Frank Martin, that'll be a pretty good fight. That'd be a pretty good fight. They're going to say what they say, but they have to understand how the Michelle Rivera fight went. Very much so. Ryan Garcia fight could go the same way if he don't have an answer. If he don't have an answer, it could go the same way. Real talk. That's what we waiting on. It could go the exact same way that Michelle Rivera fight went. He was just hyped up. He had a good fight against Joseph Adorno. You know, he was coming up just like Elvis Rodriguez. He was coming up, man. You know, they felt like he looked like Ali and everything else. He had the looks, but he got outboxed clearly. He looked bad. He looked bad. But the truth is Gervonta Davis is the A side. He's done a lot more in his career. That's the truth of it. He's a much better boxer. That's the truth of all of this shit. He fought better opposition. That's the truth. That's the truth. He's a superstar as we know it. That is the truth, man. He's on pay-per-view. That's the truth. That shit is the truth. He possesses more power than Ryan Garcia. Absolute truth. There's no debating this. His overall resume and everything he's accomplished in boxing far exceeds Ryan Garcia's portfolio right now. Now, what is a lie is the fact that people are going to come up here and they're going to boast up and be braggadocious and exaggerate how good Ryan Garcia is right now. When I just told you Tago and Fortuna is no measuring sticks for us to say this dude has gotten better. The lie is that they're saying that once again, Ryan has a chance to go in there and knock out Gervonta. A guy whose chin has been tested because people talk about how much he get hit. His chin is official. But it's a lie if you come in there saying that Ryan Garcia possesses more power than Gervonta Davis. I just don't see it. Oh, they're gonna say, well, yeah, he did go the distance with Emmanuel Tago, but Gervonta Davis went the distance with Isaac Cruz too. He damn near went the distance with Gamboa. That's what they're gonna say. What's an absolute lie is to say that Ryan Garcia is developed enough based off his resume to pretend that he's ready to step in there with Gervonta Davis. That's a lie. In my opinion, We just see him still fighting with his chin up. We still haven't seen him be able to be an accomplished boxer off the back foot. We haven't seen him do any type of clever shifts and moves on the inside and be able to land punches from different angles. We haven't seen that from Ryan Garcia and on the inside. We haven't seen him box on the inside like that. Now, if you give him space, now it's a lot that's saying he might not catch you with that left. He may catch you. He may potentially catch you with the left. He has speed. You give him enough space in between, cool. But a lot of people are saying that, hey, that Ryan Garcia gonna go here and stay on the outside and pretty much do the same shit that Korean did and Rashida Ellis did, and he'd be okay. And then you have some people believing he's gonna come out and stay right there in front of him like Hector Garcia attempted to do. Or you want to get brave? Here's another lie. They're thinking that Ryan Garcia is going to come out there and fight like Rolly Romero did. He's going to be pressing Gervonta. After seeing that devastation, he's going to come out from the opening bell and be pressing Gervonta like Rolly Romero did. That's another lie. The biggest lie is the boxing fans themselves. They're all because they want to feel some type of way about how Gervonta and what he's been experiencing outside the ropes. They want to act like they're bigging up Ryan Garcia because they genuinely support the dude. No, they really playing against the grain. They really playing devil's advocate because Gervonta is easy for them to do that. It's easy for them to go in here and say, I don't like that dude because he do this, this, and this. We don't see what he does down in town. But we're talking about the boxing ring. What does he do inside the ring? Oh, he ain't nothing special. He ain't fought nobody. He just sit up here and pick up Reggie belts all throughout the division. And that's not true. Like I said before, if you're going to blame him for picking up a Reggie, blame who put the Reggie out there. Who put that Reggie out there? You can't blame him for picking it up and it's a part of boxing. I think Frank versus Tank will be competitive. I think it will be pretty decent, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? I think it'll be pretty decent. I don't see Frank Martin being on Tank's level. Now, as far as matchups, fighting styles, body composition, height, hey, it has all the makings. But I'd rather see Frank fight somebody like Shakur Stevenson first, because if Tank go in there and destroy Frank Martin, I mean, they're gonna say the man that was he's supposed to do. And he wasn't ready for Tank. That's all. Just like people are bigging this up to put money because they think the odds are going to be sick. They think the odds are going to be sick to the point where they're not putting it out there like you will believe. They believe that the odds may be in Ryan's favor and there might be a fix in the fight to put on a second fight. And if that's the case, look, let's just say it's a fix, right? Because boxing is known for fixes. Somebody got to take an L. Somebody has to take an L. Seriously. Out of the two in a rematch, who would generate the most money taking an L to the boxing fans to say, oh, man, I got to see this again? That would come if Gervonta took an L. Let's just say Gervonta hurt himself or whatever the case, whatever the fix they want to be. You know what I'm saying? I think Gervonta taking the L instead of Ryan Garcia and them coming back in for a rematch would generate the most buzz instead of Ryan Garcia taking the L. Because people are going to look at it like, oh, I don't think he can do any better You know what I'm saying? Or if he was doing pretty decent before the fight was stopped for whatever reason, and the fight was called, and the win went to so and so, okay, they can try to bring him back. All right, cool. But like I always mention, that Marcus Maidana effect with Floyd Mayweather, it's possible to get a 2-for-1, but they have to do the shit right. See, people are gonna be tripping. They're gonna be all on Ryan's side, like, oh my God, Ryan beat Gervonta. Oh man, he's on top of the world, this, that, and the other. It's a rematch, though. The rematch is gonna do double the numbers, possibly, if the shit play out the right way. I'm just talking hypothetically. You know what I'm saying? Boxing is the hocus pocus of combat sports, bro. So I'm just putting it out there like, hey, if it's possible. Shout out to my guy, Shaw News, man. The Sauce Experience, aka Showtime Shot on deck. He fights with his chin up. Tank's going to snap his neck off. Man, no doubt. I said it was kite season, man. Tank is going to send that dude Chin into the stratosphere. It's going to be like the first day of spring when it's a breeze out, and you just throw that motherfucker up there and the wind catch it. You just let that bitch go all the way up. Say, God damn, that bitch is all the way up there. That's how I think he gonna do Ryan Garcia's chin. But shout out to my guy Showtime Shaw in the building. Shout out to Team Tucker on deck. Ryan could do what Rolly did to Davis for 12 rounds. Victor, can I tell you something? Ryan Garcia and Rolly Romero are different. Like Rolly Romero's mindset and his heart and his mental is different than Ryan. Like there's a lot of things that Rolly Romero isn't scared of. You're talking about a judoka black belt. You're talking about Rolly Romero. He doesn't have all his nuts and bolts tight, bro. Rolly Romero's that dude that be first to fight. Him going in there, pressing Gervonta the way he did, he actually believed he can knock him out. Ryan Garcia don't have that same confidence. Bet it. He doesn't have that same confidence, people. I'm just being as honest as I possibly can there, Victor. Ryan Garcia don't have that same confidence Rolly Romero has, stepping out down, from that corner to enter round one. First of all, Ryan Garcia isn't saying he'll knock him out in round one. He's saying round two. So just to be petty, that goes to show you, what I'm saying, Rolly Romero is on some other shit. You think Rolly beats Ryan? I think Rolly has a good opportunity to knock Ryan out. Rolly is a rough, bruiser, brawler type dude. He is, man. If you told me Rolly Romero and Ryan, I'm going for Rolly. Because Gervonta's been in some fights where it was grimy, where they was pushing him around. He had the box off the back foot. Rolly Romero is going to put Ryan in a position which we haven't witnessed. We haven't witnessed him being pushed around and bullied. We haven't seen Ryan being able to box off the back foot. When have we seen the fight like that? Regis is at 140, man. And Regis, shout out to Ruger Roo. You know what I'm saying? If he gets that fight with Teofimo Lopez, that's going to be a really solid fight for both of them. Regis is established. Teofimo is established. That's going to be a very solid fight, man. Very, very solid fight. I'm happy that Regis was able to pick up his second strap at 140. But Teofimo Lopez is nothing to play with, just like Regis ain't nothing to play with. I got it a 50-50. I like Davis. He's my favorite 135er out of all the cat. But let's not act like Garcia don't sleep people either. What Garcia are we talking about? Are we still on Ryan? I mean, let's be honest, right? Look, let's be honest. I know some of y'all are still feeling good since the Christmas, the Christmas holidays. Some of you still sipping on that eggnog that you mix with that, with that yak. I get it, bro. I get it. But you're talking about him stopping Javier Fortuna. The dude looked like he had just finished a triple decker chocolate cake. He was in there so happy just to get the paycheck. He wanted to give presents. He came bearing gifts, Victor. Hey, take this cap. My friend, take this cap. I see so many guys on YouTube wearing caps. I brought you a cap. Okay, put this cap on your head and wear it diligently. Wear with care and love. Come on, Javier Fortuna, bro. You talking about Javier Fortuna? You talking about Luke Campbell, right? Because he didn't goddamn stop a Mango Targo. He knocked him down once, but he didn't stop him. But I see what you're saying. Man. I'm not thinking about Devin. Devin has a whole other fight coming up. And his name ain't Martin, bro. Devin is Devin. Devin Haney, the Haney name. You know what I'm saying? Queen Cap cannot do what Rolly did for 12 rounds. Not defensively responsible to last all 12 coming forward that way. If Ryan gets hit like Rolly did, he ain't getting up. I have to agree with Mitch on that. See, that's what I'm saying. When it comes to the toughness and everything, Rolly got up, man. Now, I don't know how his organs inside was communicating to his neurological headquarters, but I have to go out on a limb and guess that the organs were saying, shit. Say again, over. What's your command, over? Send it. Repeat, send it. Shit, his organs kind of, we're about to shit. Oh my gosh, let's go back to that's why Rolly had to get up out that motherfucker. His pops came over there. Rolly stepped outside the ring. He almost stumbled. They went straight back to the damn locker room. So he wouldn't get that shit on TV. But he got up, though. Shout out to Rolly. He got up out that bitch, man. He got up. If Queen Cap were to lose a competitive fight and he lasts 12 rounds, they'll call for a rematch. He getting KO'd bad, though. You know how that goes, man. They're going to try to get King Ryan the best money they can possibly get him. They trying to move this dude to Hollywood, but first they trying to get him as much stardom in boxing as they possibly can to put him in more commercials, to build up his value. That's what they're trying to do with King Ray. Ryan Lyon. You know what I'm saying? The same one that went on there and talking about somebody's legacy when you the one pulled out the fight. Have you still recovered from that? No, bro. Pop on deck. What's good with it, Pop? I think Ann Wolfe versus Yolanda Ward type of knockout coming for Queen Sombrero. Ooh, damn, that was brutal, man. I remember Ann Wolfe just setting her ass up for that right hand, just setting her ass up. Motherfucker, Ward, she was like 12-3. You know what I'm saying? Ward was like 12-3. Former basketball player, whatever she was. Goddamn, Ann Wolfe introduced her ass to the glove system, dog. Ann Wolfe introduced her ass to the glove system. Welcome. Please enter. We must provide you with the materials that is going to be the equipment used in the heat of combat. Within that equipment will be hands and padding. Von der War was like, There will be a human being behind those gloves. Therefore, you will have to defend and offend your opposition. Do you understand? In the process of your lights being knocked out, please stay still, calm, while the referee counts. If indeed your consciousness reappear, please stand up carefully, easily to attempt to make the count. Do we understand that, Wanda? Yeah. Bing! Goddamn, Airwolf, goddamn, knocked her ass clean the fuck out, boy. She was out, gone. That's one of the most brutal knockouts in boxing, bro. I know they got the Mir Khans out there, the Eric Codgersons. It's just so many knockouts where they ain't moving. You know what I'm saying? IB said Regis should beat Teo, maybe even stop that man. Stop it, IB. Stop it. Stop it. Why people all of a sudden thinking that Teo haven't been down before and gotten up? Aren't y'all the same fans who used to praise fighters for getting off the canvas after they get knocked down? Y'all's the same one that used to praise the shit out of Tito Trinidad. Y'all praise fighters for getting off the canvas, right? Y'all praise them. Tio's been on the canvas and off the canvas, man. So why can't he get no love? What's wrong with it? Keith Thurman, he been on the canvas. But y'all about to hype him up to go in here and fight. You know, the duck of the century. In order for Ryan to beat Tank, he has to fight a way he never fought. Work the jab and keep Tank outside, making Tank pay for space and counter on the way in. Sadly, all Ryan can do is come forward. I like the first half more than anything. He's going to have to fight an absolute different way. Now, auditioning all that other criteria that you mentioned, I mean, let's see what Joe Goosens taught him, bro. Because at the end of the day, you can learn a lot in the gym, and you don't apply that when you actually in the heat of combat. So let's just see what Goosen has taught Ryan and see if the backhand of what you just said, working the jab, keeping Tank on the outside, which once again, we already know if Ryan Garcia doesn't have the power to force Tank to respect him, Tank is not staying anywhere. He's going to continue to get closer and closer and closer and continue to land those hard shots. And then that's when it's going to become very, very interesting. And the chapter is going to be different. The chapter is going to be written different. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have to find out what Ryan Garcia is made of. Is it going to be a rocky story? Is he going to go through adversity and goddamn get knocked down? And we hear the corner, get up, Ryan. You can do it. You can do it. Get up, Ryan. And then Ryan go in there and take some more hard shots. Bing, 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 bing. Goes down again. 2, 3. He gets up again. Bing, 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 bing. Goes down. Gets back up. Then they looking for him. You're losing it. You're losing it. And then Ryan starts to recover. They goddamn start to win the fight, man. Come on, bro. Come on, man. That's well said, though. You know what I'm saying? You asking a lot out of Ryan Garcia. You know what I'm saying? To pay for space and counter. But in order for him to keep space with a fighter like Tank, depending on what round it is, because if you really haven't delegated anything for Tank to be a little bit more cautious in the early rounds of your power, then good luck. Good luck. Because we've seen how he just continued to walk and walk and walk. Hector Garcia came up there with a plan. He said, you know, I can stand there. I'm just going to stand at the front door and I'm going to knock. I'm going to let him know I'm right there on the porch, buddy. I ain't going nowhere. And we seen what happened to that. You seen what happened to that? Tank beat his ass through the living room, through the kitchen, and out the back door. Man, I don't know. Show me direction to the front. I'll get in the back. I want to go back to the front. I can't see. Man, come on, bro. Tank is that guy. Honestly, if Queen Cap 12 rounds, his star would grow. Yeah. Just go up to 140 and pull up smaller guys to beat. Look, for this rematch, because I'm hearing like this is going to be a 2-fight deal. So for the rematch, I just feel like it'll take something a bit more drastic for people to want to come back and see a rematch between these two. Something drastic, climactic, suspenseful has to happen for us to want to come back and see Ryan Garcia and Gervonta. It does. Like, it has to be some Rocky shit, bro. It has to be something that we wasn't expecting. It has to be something that have people saying, man, I got to go see that fight again. I got to see that fight again. You got to have a moment where they're going to start down Tank. Oh, man, Tank is done. It's over. The way he looked in there against Garcia is done. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it has to be something over the top. It has to be something over the top, bro. L Dog said Lopez got dog in him for sure, man. I try to tell people that Teofimo was playing with their minds, bro. He's good at that shit. He's good at that shit, bro. Do you think I still have it? I just laughed my ass off, dog. Do you think I still have it? Right with the camera. Hey, do I still have it? And people want to do thumbnails on it. See, that's what you get. You wasn't around him enough. You was around him enough. You wouldn't take that shit serious, man. Come on, bro. Man, come on. Expert Genius on deck. What's good with it, bro? Do I still have it? Showtime said, I just see Ryan crying in the car, talking about Tank bullying him in the club. That's all I see, man. His little pink eyes and shit. Them little adorable, little eyes that was crying for help. But yet, all of a sudden, he's turned into this monster. Tank been a monster for a long time. It's in him. He was born in it. He wasn't joined in it. Tank was born in it. He wasn't joined in it. Ryan Garcia was joined in it. They're trying to make this dude an animal. Ryan Garcia ain't never been no animal like that, bro. He ain't never been no animal. He just started pulling up in the club and thinking he was a part of the culture was going to be enough. Queen Cat was hurt bad by Campbell. For some reason, Luke forgot everything he ever learned and let Ryan off the hook. Man, Mitch, come on. Stop it. Come on, bro. You know he didn't forget anything. He was on orders, bro. They gave him his PCS orders, bro. You're not going to win this fight. Ryan Garcia is going to be the winner. Now, you can make it exciting for the fans, but like I said, don't get ahead of yourself, okay? Man, he just backed up and let Ryan do what the fuck he wanted to do, man. No official date or pay-per-view price. This ain't done professionally at all. This is as bad as it gets. Amir Khan in the ring against Kell Brook. Amir Khan in the ring against Kell Brook. Are you comparing that this is Amir Khan in the ring with Kell Brook? I don't even put Gervonta Davis in Kell Brook's status. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to the Wolfhound on deck, man. I don't believe that Cambosa deception or war bullshit. T.O. genuinely wanted to know if he still had the juice. No, that's a lie, man. I've been around him too much to know what type of dude he is. I seen him firsthand, bro. All you gotta do is look at my video, man. I mean, I've been around him. He would never do some shit like that if he was unsure. Never, bro. Never, ever, ever, man. Y'all are too gullible, bro. He would never do some shit like that. Genuinely. If he was going to ask himself a question, he would wait far till he was behind closed doors to ask that shit. He waited just as the camera lens was coming. Hey, do I still got it? I just need to let Mitch know. Is Mitch in the building? Did anybody see him get a ticket? I just want to ask him, do I still got it? If anybody would know, it'd be Mitch. Ask him. Hey, Dad, you see him? Was he here? Oh, he's back there in the lobby? Okay, cool. I got to ask him, do I still have it? Man, come on, man. He was playing with the people. Come on, he was playing with the people, bro. Till did that shit for attention. For real, man. He waited just as well as for the camera to float over there. Bro, do I still got it? Yeah, you still got it. Do I still have it? God damn. Oh man, T.O. man. I'm telling you, that dude, oh my God. He played y'all like a motherfucking fiddle, an old drum set, a flute, cymbal, man, all that shit, man. He was having his fun with y'all, for real. But man, I'm about to get up out of here, man. Appreciate y'all for pulling up. Appreciate y'all for pulling up. Real talk. Tomorrow's Friday, man. We'll turn up a little bit. You know, I plan on having a panel tomorrow, but I can't do it tonight. I'm not feeling well enough to do it tonight, to be honest. I know there's some troopers out there to be holding down panels, man. But you know, anybody holding down my panel for that long, man, I gotta, you know, toss them some bread. It got to be a damn good conversation. It has to be something to keep the shit rocking. And you know, I still have to pay attention to make sure I'm close by to let motherfuckers on. You know what I'm saying? But like I always say, man, appreciate y'all for pulling up. Real talk. Like I always say, real talk. Appreciate y'all for pulling up. We'll do it again. Appreciate the donations. Turn up and tune in to World Combat Sports. I am out.